Okay, so we deal with the fund flow first. Okay, so for the fund flow, right? Recently nothing much going on. For those who are not aware, we will look at the fund flow for the institutional, the blue line here. So of course we will always want the blue line to be above the zero line on the upper end lah. Okay, so as long as the institutional fund flow line is above the zero line, right, the market is somewhat okay. So this fund flow is for SGX only. It does not have to do with, excuse me, it doesn't have anything to do with US or Hong Kong market. So for the past recent weeks, you kind of see the fund flow going up and down along the zero line. So there isn't really much going on. The previous point of interest that we have is this little point here where we went to very close to negative 500. So this negative 500, right, you will realize that the last time institutional fund touches negative 500 was back in early 2020. So you will see that during the initial COVID period, we went into that low. So by looking at the fund flow, right, we somewhat can guess the overall health of the market itself. Along with the scanner, we can see what the market state in. So currently, the fund flow is kind of neutral at the zero line. But what you will notice is that for last week, right, there were a lot of trades set up coming in. In fact, there were quite a number of Singapore trades set up. It is mainly because you see that the scanner for Singapore start to be a little bit active already. You see a lot of counters coming up on the scanner, and these counters are stuff that we can trade, not all the Japalang counter. So in a way, right, I somewhat like feels that Singapore market is alive again, and I think going forward we will be able to see some positive movement in the in Singapore market itself. So do take note of Singapore market. Of course, on the US end also, US kind of recovering also. The only thing that I'm kind of still having a bit of I would say don't really have the intention to go in is still the Hong Kong market. So I am currently still stay away from the Hong Kong market, which you can see by the fact that we have not had a Hong Kong trade since China Sun Tian. That was like many many months ago, way back in July. And you will be happy that China Sun Tian is still in fact doing very well right now, still now all the way beyond TP2 already. So each time China Sun Tian does come out on scanner once in a while, but because of the overall state of the Hong Kong market, right, I'm always a little bit skeptical. Like I see the candle here, then I'm like, should I? Then after that, like, nah, better not. Like I don't know, quite the Hong Kong market quite scary at the moment. Okay, so let's quickly go through my portfolio. So my portfolio at its height for this year, it was somewhere around 42. Then during this little retracement that we see, right, my portfolio went all the way down to 34 or even 32 like that. But with the recent recovery on Propnex and Grand Venture, right, my portfolio recovered a bit, and you will see that Propnex and Grand Venture are my biggest holding, along with Franken. Of course, Franken recently went down a bit also. And you can see another thing is that a lot of those Japalang counter, they gonna wipe out already. They gonna hit SL and they wipe out already. So you will see that I am holding a little bit of cash now, $25,000 in cash. So this cash, right, currently I'm holding at the moment because I do not want to anyhow enter yet. I'm looking for specific counters that I want to enter. For example, actually nothing. Actually, come to think of it, nothing yet. I'm neglecting my personal trade a bit. So I do have to go and see what I want to enter with the 25,000 cash there. But you will see that for the whole of September, right, and October, the latest two trades that I bought was Grand Venture and Nvidia. So Grand Venture is you will see that trade. This is the trade that I bought. 6 September. This is the trade that I bought. Currently, it is in this state right now. So that's the Grand Venture trade that I bought. And of course, Nvidia and NVDA. I currently have NVDA from, what is it? Where's my NVIDIA? Wait, let me add NVIDIA. So it is the same trade setup that you see on Patreon lah. It should be this one, August, or this? I forgot already. Sorry, let me check. I think it's good that I keep a list of all these things. Where's my NVIDIA? Okay, 22nd August. 22nd August one. Okay, this one, correct. This one. So currently, went up a bit, but come back down. So for me personally, right? I don't exit until it reached the TP. So at no point my TP will be shifted during the entire duration of the trade. I just wait until the whole thing go up, and if it goes up, then I will exit lah. So for those of you who like enter here and then go up a bit, you TP and zao, those kind of the one you all own self take care own self lah. I don't. If you are not following that, I cannot guarantee your safety because if you end up in a situation where you cannot maximize your profit, right? Go up a bit, but in the end you miss a big trend, right? Then you miss a very big portion of the profit because you are not able to hold. But when the retracement come, when market retracement come, you hit all your stop loss left and right? Then you will realize that every time market retracement, you are always losing more than the profit you can get during bullish period, and that is because you are not able to hold your trade. So this one, if you are not following my level, everything, then you are on your own. But of course, if you are following my level, then you will see that I have a proper statistic here for you lah. So you see all those TP level, right? This winning rate 70% mean those TP level are always hit at 70% of the time lah. So the winning rate is quite okay. It is just that you need to have holding power lah, because you will realize the number of trades that are closed in less than 10 days, right? It consists about 23%. Almost 50% of the trade they are closed between 10 to 60 days lah. So you do need that kind of holding power if you want to get this kind of result lah. So this kind of expectancy result. My expectancy is at 0.45, which is considered quite okay if you are following everything correctly. So in a way, right? In a way, you can think of it as a good thing because the stop loss and the TP are set for you, right? The moment you enter, you just set those level and you are done already. Like you can go and spend time with your family lah, go to your work lah, do your overtime lah. You do not need to be at the PC, go and scalp every 5-minute time frames, 15-minute time frame. You do not need to do all those things. So it is actually a stress-free trading lah. Okay, so in a way it is good for you if you are following nicely. So aside from that, I have 4 counters that were stop loss. Tuansing stop loss, Southern Alliance stop loss, Jiutian stop loss, Swire stop loss. So because of all these 4 counter stop loss, I have my funds currently being freed up, but my ROI still maintains somewhere around 36-37% like that lah. So because of my lot sizing strategy, right? Even when I have counters hitting stop loss left and right, I do maintain a healthy level of ROI for the year. And in fact, my ROI for this year, right, is actually quite bad. It's actually one of the I would say the worst year. Last year, right, if I compare to last year, I actually have a ROI of 90% last year. That is mainly because 2020 was actually the best year to trade. And I think I gone through this already also why 2020 was the best year to trade. Mainly because if you look at Singapore market, right, in 2020, we have the initial period where markets swing down a lot. So during this period, we actually have quite a few short setup here. Then after that, towards the end, right, towards the end of the year, we also have a big swing up. So we have 2 major swing last year, but if we look at this year, we are kind of like stagnant, like nothing else is moving. The fact that we still managed to get things like Samudera, Grand Venture, PropNext still going up, right? I consider that as a miracle lah, to squeeze something out of the Singapore market. Yeah, so nothing much on my nothing much on my end. So currently I only have 11 positions that I'm holding, which you can see right here. If I So Netflix is the one that doing very well now. In fact, Tesla actually kind of went up a bit. Also, Franken initially a lot, but went back down. Propnex like way at the bottom, but of course, Propnex I already TP quite a few times in the past lah. Propnex I got about 6K in close position already. So this is actually the latest new position that I have lah. So not much changes, not much changes. The only reason I'm not entering all the new trade setup that you are seeing, right, is because I only free up my position not long ago. Previously, before that, right, I didn't really have any cash also. Okay, so that's the reason why I'm not entering most of the counter here lah. Okay, so let's go through the actual all the index chart and everything. So Singapore market, previously I mentioned that you need to kind of careful about here. Sorry, you need to be careful this portion here, mainly because sometimes, right, it can rest a bit, then start to go all the way down. But now, given that we see some movement in Singapore market already, right, and also we kind of broke through this little so-called resistance, this portion. Shit, why is the button always like that? Okay, sorry. So we kind of broke through this consolidation area, right? Price is above here. I would say that maybe we are in the green zone lah. We are kind of back in the safe zone already. We can say that this support level is holding lah. So which is why you see there were a lot of trade setup coming in last week. Singapore market still doing quite okay. So Hong Kong. So those who are following the index trade, right? Hong Kong actually have a short trade, but the stop loss is here somewhere around 25100. So if you go through the actual index webinar, right, where I explain about the role of index trade in our overall strategy or what, right? They should not consist the entirety of your trade portfolio. They are just there to kind of complement your main stock trade. So if you get a stop here, right, you should not be losing like 10 to 20% of your portfolio. Please be careful, okay? So if this is hit with stop loss, right, it's okay, it's all right, because it's relatively quite small. And on the other end, we also have a long trade setup on US. So if Hong Kong is hit with a stop, right, US you can still keep, and you will not only make up for the loss on Hong Kong, right, it will continue to go further up, and hopefully this uptrend it will be able to retain lah. So these are the two conditions on the on the Hong Kong trade and the S&P index trade lah. So on the Hong Kong side, still I still maintain my stand that until a higher low is created, right? Until a higher low is created, I don't really want to enter anything related to Hong Kong. In fact, I want this level to be broken again. I want this level to be broken again before I consider anything in Hong Kong. So you will see me staying away from Hong Kong for maybe the entirety of 2021. You can see that if you look from the chart itself, 2021, the after Chinese New Year, right? After Chinese New Year, it is just cannot make it really. And normally I don't really like to use volume in index trading also, because if you see this volume and see this volume here, right, you will be led to think that, oh, this is like stopping volume. Not only stopping volume, in fact, I have a engulfing volume that is a follow-up. So you expect the chart to go all the way up, but in fact, volume on CFD index, right, they are a little bit, I would say, not so accurate because they are CFD. CFD are fake market, they are not actual market. So do be careful when you are trying to apply volume analysis on index. It's a little bit wonky which is why in my index strategy, I mentioned that we are not going to apply volume analysis at all. We are just using price action and trend. Okay, so let's look at some of the trades that we have and some of the extra trades that you can sort of look into that is not shown in your what's that? What do you call it? Trade setup. So some of the counter that recovered last week, which I was very glad. I was very glad that this counter recovered. If not, my 2021 will be jalat. Yeah. So Grand Venture recovers. The initial trade setup was here. Then we got conned by this candle, but of course this candle doesn't affect me at all. The moment I enter, right, my decision is set ready. I don't care what happened after that until stop loss hit or TP hit. So I will not make decision things like let's say I enter here, then the next say I see a hammer like that, and then I immediately like exit my trade ready. No, I don't do those kind of thing. I just simply hold until either my stop loss or TP hit lah. So you can see that it is still very well supported here lah. Very well supported, and hopefully it can continue to go up some more. Something tell me that Grand Venture is like can go even higher, but during this period, right? During this period, maybe it might kind of consolidate and it will slowly go up lah. It won't be like one shot like that, but kind of in a slow manner. So holding power is very important. And of course, Grand Venture, you cannot buy this counter on CFD platform also lah. I check CMC doesn't have Grand Venture, so most likely you can only buy it on Tiger. Then you just buy it on Tiger, then just let it be, just let it do its thing. You should be fine lah. Prop next also recovering. This is something that I'm very happy that recovering, because somewhere along here, right, when this level was broken, I was already like how to say like 认命 like, oh, this is the end of the prop next era already. Like we have a good run, like all the best in your future endeavors. So I was ready to let it go, and when I saw this recovery, right, I was very happy. But in a way, right, in hindsight, this recovery should not be very surprising also, because we are kind of hitting like the previous resistance becoming current support. So I mean, yes, maybe it might not rebound here, but it just go down further to and rebound. So this is why this is very important. This is why you never ever set your stop loss right at the support. If you set your stop loss right here, right, you are gone already. That's why you always need a little bit of gap, give some face lah, give some breathing room, because stop loss, support or resistance, whatever, right, it will never be at a single price level. So you imagine, right, this is the finish line, this is the finish line, and you imagine a Ferrari chung here, right? And let's say if the Ferrari want to stop exactly at the finish line, right, they will probably overshoot a bit. If they need to like U-turn, right, they will overshoot a bit one, because the momentum is too high. And when the selling momentum is too high, right, they will never like how to say touch the support and go back. No, they will kind of like overshoot a bit, then skid a bit, like slippery, then after that they manage to go out. So you need to give some breathing room. Never ever put your stop loss like, okay, this one support, then put your stop loss here. If you do this kind of thing, right, confirm all your trade will get stopped out. Okay, so if we look at this prop next trade, you can see very clearly how oh, I even mentioned this. You can see that there's a reason why the stop loss is there lah. So that was the trade after this rebound, but you will see that the trade before that rebound, right, it was here, meaning I'm looking at this candle, I'm looking at this portion. I don't want to put my stop loss right here. I don't want to put my stop loss right at the support. That time the entry was like this. I don't want to look at this and then say I don't want to put my stop loss right there. I kind of put it a little bit lower, okay, a little bit lower, and escape the stop loss, rebounded back. So this is the art of knowing how to place your stop loss, and it is one of the major module in my course lah. So if you want to learn more how to do this kind of move, right, like you will feel the achievement that, oh my god, yes, it's like that thing just rebound like that. You can learn it on my course lah. Okay, so prop next recovering. Along with prop next, right, APEC kind of like you have to know that APEC always lag prop next by a bit. Prop next tend to go first, then APEC will slowpoke will follow later. You can see that APEC is also kind of at the support level. So for some, I don't have any trade setup on APEC because it's always one or another. I either have a trade setup on Propnex or I have a trade setup on APEC. There will never be both together. But if you want to go for APEC, right? Once again, be very careful. Don't set your stop loss here, okay? Don't set your stop loss right at the dot there. I will tell you, you will confirm gonna stop out one. Don't be so niao. Don't be so niao. You niao that $200, you will miss the few $1,000 trade that if it goes back up, okay? So you can set your stop loss maybe slightly lower if you decide to go for APEC. But at the current state of the APEC chart, right? I don't really recommend to go in also. Number one, we have Propnex trade ready. In fact, those who miss the original Propnex trade, right? Those who miss the original Propnex trade here, I give you a second chance to enter on the most recent trade setup. Okay, you can go for Propnex. But if let's say Propnex is too expensive for you, you want to go for APEC instead, right? Because APEC is only 77 cents. You can put stop loss somewhere around like 0.68, but current price not good to enter. I will probably suggest for you to wait for a breakout candle above here, breakout candle above 80 cents. And then you enter the breakout candle, you put your stop loss at 0.68, then you can actually trade until here, the previous resistance level there. Okay, so this is for APEC. Samudera kind of doing quite bad, which is why towards the end, right? Towards the end, a lot of people ask me, can chase Samudera or not? Even right here, right? Even if you chase somewhere around here, you can only get it if you decide to scalp this. So my personal, I will say, my personal opinion is that there is no point in buying here to scalp like that because it's not worth the risk. If you are buying here, right, maybe you might not even get that jump. It might just come down like that. So it is not worth it. It's not worth to chase this one. This one too high already. Even though we buy high and sell higher, right? Sometimes certain high we won't chase. We have a certain set of criteria that we will go through. So now that the price is coming down, we will let it come down first. We will see where it rests. And then we see that the higher low is formed. And the moment it U-turn, right, we will take the trade. But as it is right now, it is still coming down. So let it come down. Don't prematurely go and enter when it is on its way down. You only enter when it starts to go up. Of course, if it start to go all the way down and instead of a higher low, it become a lower low, right? Then this one we forget about it already. Nonetheless, right, I can see that this is still a lot of room for growth. Maybe here it over exert itself a bit, so it's taking a rest. So IFAS also another counter that recover. Previously, our initial trade setup was here. In fact, IFAS we have been holding for quite some time already, and so far it is still doing okay. So this kind of counter, right, you have to be careful because a lot of people look at this and see uptrend. Wow, very strong uptrend. You buy confirm win, but you buy also cannot anyhow buy without knowing where to place your stop loss. If you anyhow buy here and then your stop loss like somewhere here, right, you get stop out already. But now it does seems like it's making a higher low here, and hopefully it can go higher high. So this point here, in hindsight, shouldn't be very surprised also. So because previously you have resistance now becoming a support. So if you miss the original trade, you want to go here, right? I think it's okay also. I think it's okay for you to go in if you want to go in right here. Of course, you follow the initial stop loss, okay? You follow the initial stop loss. Where's the initial stop loss? Here. Here. Okay, so this one, wait, this is not the initial stop loss, sorry. This one. Here, 7.55. Okay, 7.55. So you will realize that recently a lot of energy counter, agriculture counter, oil and gas counter going up. You have like Golden Energy, Chong very high. And you also have Kim Eng, you also have Rex International. Rex International, this one also one of the, I would say the very zun, the stop loss, super zun, those kind. So there's a reason why the stop loss there. You will think that this kind of thing always happen, but it's not by luck. It's not by luck. The stop loss is placed there for a very, very good reason. Okay, so it kind of recover, and hopefully it can break the high lah, because the fact that we managed to break through this resistance here, right, is a very, very bullish sign, and given how the price action is like, hopefully it can continue to go up lah. So this is Rex International. Kim Eng is doing extremely well also. Kim Eng is doing extremely well also. We enter somewhere here. You can see all the green volume coming in here are like very chong like that. So it is like kind of preparing to like do a very, very high up move lah. So Kim Eng, I will consider this as one of those counter that is in the early stage, that is looking to go to like maybe 20 cent, 30 cent, that kind of level lah. And if you kind of buy in here and then put your stop loss there, right, you can actually sleep on this counter and hope and kind of like pray that it can go to 20 cent, 30 cent like that. It's not a far-fetched idea. Every time we enter a counter, right, it will always be in this current state first, but 4-5 months later, right, the whole thing run until don't know where now. So prop next is one of the example that I can give you lah, because the very first trade setup for prop next was like somewhere here. In fact, it was here, right? There wasn't even an uptrend yet, but after that it chong up. We keep entering there until now we have $1.80 like that lah. So Kim Heng quite okay. Golden Energy, we TP ready, but the fact that this counter is kind of surviving here, right? It does say that there's this counter still can run up lah, but at this level here, there's no safe place for us to put our stop loss, which is why there are no second trade coming in. Actually, if another trade coming, right, it's a third trade ready. We actually have 2 trades on Golden Energy ready. So actually this last trade we TP ready lah. We TP on this last trade ready. So we will wait for a bit of consolidation or what, and we wait for another, I don't know, wait for another scanner to come in to see whether we can take this trade or not. But keep an eye on this. There's a reason why I mark it blue color there, because I'm keeping an eye on that. And the other one, okay, the other counter that is not here, Geo Energy. I'm not sure how many of you have Geo Energy trail. Any one of you trailing Geo Energy? Because there is a trade setup like donkey years ago. If you manage to trail, right, you will probably hit the second level lah. Anyone? No one trailing hit the first TP then 照了TP 了okay, wait, I saw a lot of people raise their hand. Okay, good, congratulations for keeping the trail. Okay, so now right now this one up to you So if it continues to go up, I don't know you can, if you are trailing, right, you can take your TP because it is somewhere here lah. But if it continues to go up, you take your TP, continues to run up, then that one I don't know already. But it is just me telling you, maybe you might want to consider lah. You might want to consider. Oh yes, correct. 001 is correct. Maybe we will wait for next trade setup, and then you can stack your additional trade there lah. Okay, so this one a bit of gamble but we can wait for the next trade setup. But Geo Energy, very, very good. For some reason, all the coal mining counters all doing very well. I don't know what's going on. In fact, all the commodities lah. Next one is Golden Agri. Previously we have Golden Agri trade also. So currently we have second trade here lah. Energy crisis. Oh yeah, correct. Now currently crude oil price going up. A lot of people mining crypto they need to keep up with the and yes, it's the cheapest. Correct. I agree with you. Cheapest and the best lah. Clean energy is too mainstream already, cannot do its job. So we still have to rely on coal. Okay, Golden Agri Resource, right? Okay, so what you will notice about most of the counter that we decide to bottom pick, so you will realize, for example, Geo Energy. Okay, Geo Energy, it was a bottom pick, kind of like a bottom pick. Our first trade was like somewhere here. And Golden Energy, we also kind of bottom pick because our trade was like somewhere here. And Kim Heng also consider a bottom pick lah. So, but you will realize that most of the counter that we bottom pick, right? We don't really like bottom pick. We wait for the first rally. We wait for the first rally. And then once the first rally have kind of confirmed a higher low, right? Then we go in. Then we will go in. Then that's a good sign that, okay, this one is not a big cap bounce lah. It's doing a legit recovery lah. So when we do bottom pick, right, we are not trying to bottom pick here and then scalp a bit there and then run. If you are scalping a bottom pick, right, then you might as well not bottom pick, because what for, you risk a downtrend counter to scalp that 2, 3, 4%. When we are bottom picking, right, we don't just want the 2, 3, 4%. We want 100%. We want 40%, 50%. Okay. So if you are always in the habit of like bottom pick something and then the thing recover like a bit, then you happy run out. Then you might as well go and scalp a uptrend counter, because the chances of you getting this amount of profit in an uptrend counter is much higher than you trying to bottom pick. So this is something that I always lecture a lot of people, because when I look at some of their actual trade, right, I see people buying Sembcorp Marine at like 0.130, and then they exit at 0.135, and then they're very happy that they bottom pick this counter. Then if you are buying 0.005 cent this kind of profit, right, go and buy Grand Venture lah. The chance of going up is higher. Like I don't know lah. Like it's something until now I cannot grasp the idea of scalping a counter trend counter. Okay, First Resources also doing very well, but I have the choice between Golden Agri and First Resources lah when they came out on the scanner. And the reason I go for Golden Agri is because First Resource kind of, I don't know, kind of hard to place a stop loss for me. But if you can still place a stop loss somewhere here, right? If you are fine with a stop loss like somewhere here or maybe here, I don't know, I think it is good to go for it, because it has broke through this resistance and it is in a very good steady uptrend also lah. So it is like either or, both are good counters, but I decide to go for Golden Agri instead, mainly because it is cheap. It's only 26 cents, so you can buy like a lot with 26 cents. But First Resources is like $1.83, so like Golden Agri, I would say better lah in from the perspective of how cheap or how expensive it is. So Golden Agri is more of a small account friendly lah. Okay, so one of the counter agriculture counter that does not show up in the scanner is Wilmar. So for Wilmar, I actually have to break a bit of rule to kind of like get this trade set up in. So you will see that Wilmar, we are kind of like it has been downtrend for quite some time, and then now right here, right, we see a good rebound coming in lah. So and the rebound is happening at this level here. So you can enter there with the trade setup like something like this, exactly like this lah, but your stop loss at around 3.9 like that. So once again, right, you don't want your stop loss here. Don't be stingy. Don't be stingy. Put it lower, okay? Put it lower. Then you can go all the way up. Bumitama Agri. Let's look at Bumitama Agri. Actually, Bumitama Agri also quite okay. It is also quite okay. But this one quite okay lah, quite okay. I mean all the agri counter, we have to hope that it can break through their current resistance lah. So Bumitama Agri need to break through here. So as long as you can set your stop loss, right? I think this one you can set your stop loss quite easily. You can set here, somewhere here. You will say that it is touching here. This one is okay because I'm kind of using this level lah. So I don't want to put it here. I just put it a little bit below. So here is too much already. Here definitely too much. So here is fine. So Bumitama Agri need to break this resistance, but the current momentum you see here, right? You can kind of give it a chance, which is in the same situation as Golden Agri lah. It has to break here also, but I'm willing to give it a chance lah. The only reason why I go for Golden Agri is because we have established like a higher low, all these higher low being established lah. But Bumitama is you can argue this is a higher low. You can argue, but it is okay lah. It's very the difference are very minute lah, very hairline. The best chart is still first resources, but first resources kind of like too expensive for me. Okay, so Wilma, if you take the Wilma trade, right? Please, once again, please don't like up a bit, then you run now. You take it all the way to here. Okay, if you want, you take it all the way to there. Make sure you have the holding power. Don't be that retail trader up a bit then sell, then you 害死其他人. Like those patient holder will curse you on. Okay, please don't be that person. So you can take it all the way to like 5.38 previous high lah. The commodity sector are doing like quite well right now. Another counter, one of the medical counters. So this counter is different from all the medtech lah, Riverstone lah, all these like don't know die until where already. But Raffles Medical also doing not bad lah, not bad. Ever since we kind of like have this, I think quite a number of you managed to enter previously. I don't know where, but a lot of you come to me say can enter or not, and I say you can enter. Then most of you manage to get the profit lah. So currently right now, right, we are kind of sideways a bit, but if this resistance can broken, right, you can enter and then place your stop loss below here. It's a very straightforward trade setup. Just place your stop loss below here, and then you take the breakout trade, and you'll be good to go already lah. You can go for like, I don't know, 1.65 somewhere there. The trend now is very good. So on the US side, right? Okay, sorry, before we even go to US, on Singapore side, a few counter that kind of like not doing so well, kind of like fall from their grace. We have Franken. Suddenly there was a huge dive. Along with Franken, right, UMS also took a big dive. Even though we have trade set up on this counter, right, we are going to be sticking to our stop loss. We are sticking to our stop loss. In fact, this stop loss like so far. Okay. So initially this one in profit, but now back to the entry price already. So you will see that I don't run. I don't want to. I don't like run just because it is coming down like that. Because here's the thing. So imagine your stop loss is imagine you enter here. Imagine you enter here, and then your TP is there. And then like here a bit, you run already. Then what about next time? Then here you run already. Then the next round here you run already. Then you end up back to stopping again. So this is a very slippery slope. Okay, so normally I don't really care if it come back down like that, or if it come back down like that, or if it come back down like that. I don't care. I just wait until the price hit there. So that's why I'm still holding Franken, and the stop loss here is to already account for any kind of huge trend reversal lah. As long as the stop loss is not here, right, the trend is still there. It is just doing a temporary move, but of course, if it continue to go down, hit the stop loss, then I will definitely exit lah. But it is all part of the risk management already. It has already been accounted in all the risk. So as long as it doesn't hit the TP, right, I'm just gonna put the trade there. Same thing for UMS. UMS itself also now come down by a bit. We have a trade setup. It come down a bit, then you can see that now the stop loss is doing its thing already. It is there for a reason. Hopefully it kind of goes sideways, then continue to go up. It won't go and hit the stop loss. So these are the two counters that took me by surprise. And of course, another one is AEM. AEM, this one I warned you guys already. I warned you guys already. Previously, I have too bad experience on AEM. So when I put up this trade, right, I warned you guys, this one, please, you DYODD. But it is not to say that this is a bad trade. In fact, this one, you can see that the stop loss is there for a reason. Also, the stop loss is there for a reason because maybe it will kind of consolidate here a bit before it start to go back up. You can see all the green candle are quite big. There is a legitimate attempt to send this counter upward. It is just that maybe there's all the weak holder cannot keep their hand in their pocket, keep selling, right? That's why we are facing this. Okay, so this one, if you are in this trade, I hope you set your risk management properly, just follow your stop loss nice, and then you should be fine. Okay, so these are all the counters in Singapore that I previously thought was doing okay, but now become like that AEM, UMS, and Franklin. But the rest are still very, very good. Grand Venture, Propnex. So at the top of, yes, ban AEM. Next time I will ban AEM really. So at the top of my list, right, Grand Venture, Propnex, iFast, APEC not so much lah. These three counter not bad. Kim Heng and Rex also, like, I will consider them the second tier lah, doing very well. And at the lower end, right, I have Golden Agri, First Resources, RH Petrogas, all these doing quite okay lah. So we have a sector in rotation for Singapore market already. So do look out all these counter, okay? So on the US side, right? On the US side, unfortunately, Palantir, like, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened with this. But if you want to draw a trend line, you can see I draw a trend line there, right? If you want to draw a trend line, you can kind of like, I don't know, it is somewhere there. I don't know. but you can see for Palantir also, the stop loss is like doing its magic. The stop loss is doing its magic. Okay, we pray a bit. And if it continues to go down, then that's it lah. That's it. Of course, my initial hope was that due to this resistance being broken, right? Due to this thing broken, we will be able to get. Okay. Normally I don't really care about news. They can say whatever their news they want, but it still end up like I don't know lah. I don't know. I'm not a news person lah. So whatever the new news is, right, it is not going to affect the trade setup lah. So hopefully that news will kind of like I don't know, kind of make this trade go up. But if it hit the SL, do not hold your position just because of some news. When it hit the SL, get out. When it hit the SL, get out already. Whenever we enter trade in Nimbus Capital, right, the first thing we find is we find the SL first, because SL is the most important. So after we find the SL, then we see we can enter this counter or not. That's how we go about with our trade setup one. We don't see can enter, then go and find the SL. We find the SL first. Okay, so our SL is like the most sacred, like our testament. We cannot break the rule one. Die must follow. Okay. So if we break the rule, then just get out. Don't stay in the trade just because of this contract, that contract. Those are secondary. Yes, unfortunately, Albertson have SL. This one I will update tomorrow. A few stuff that are doing quite okay. Definitely Netflix. This one I don't care so much. I think just I don't know, small movement. I think overall doing very well. The other one that is doing quite okay is Microsoft. Microsoft managed to rebound from here. If you did not get it at somewhere here, right? So Microsoft, I mentioned this because it is one of the counter that is steadily going up. It will hardly appear on the scanner because the nature of the stock itself, right? The scanner isn't equipped to scout this kind of slow steady counter lah. The scanner is more equipped for explosive move lah. So you can consider entering at this stage, and then you can put your stop loss like maybe here lah, 270, below this whole stretch here, below this whole stretch here, and you just ride wherever this will take you lah. Okay, just ride the rocket. Along with Microsoft. Did I have a Microsoft? No, I don't have a Microsoft. Along with Microsoft, we have Google also. Very nice support that is forming here. You can consider here also. And then for Google, I will place my stop loss somewhere here lah. Okay, don't be stingy. Don't be stingy. Go and put there. Put somewhere here like that. Okay, put somewhere there like that. And I think you have a very good uptrend that you can take advantage of lah. Okay, I have a Google analysis. So this one is actually a public analysis. You can go take a look at it also. Okay, CrowdStrike also back to here. CrowdStrike also back to here. So I'm not sure if we have an ongoing CrowdStrike. We don't have an ongoing CrowdStrike analysis, but you can see that we are somewhere back to here lah. This trend, this level here lah. So you can go for CrowdStrike also. You can put your stop loss here, below this. Sorry, below this. Somewhere here. Okay. So CrowdStrike quite okay also. It is a very healthy uptrend. And Western Alliance is a counter that we have for donkey years ago, like somewhere here. Then finally it is going up. Finally it's going up. So you can see that sometimes a counter start to go uptrend, right? It will take a break. But as trader, right, we don't know it is going to chung up or it will going to take a break. So we just keep to our position. And the moment it chung up, right, it will chung up very high one. So Western Alliance, I'm gonna just let it stay there also. This is still in the trade. Let's look at it. It's here. Somewhere here. See, you see here, we almost barely hit, but surviving already. Okay, so all these stop loss they are there for a reason. So for example, this Western Alliance, right? Let's look at it again. Western Alliance. If you stingy put your stop loss here, you gone now. Like 这边就死了，这边就是 touch and go 了。So you have to be So if you think about it, right? If you have the skill to put a stop loss level at an area where it will just turn and go, right? Most of the time, you don't really need to care about where your entry is already. You just enter anywhere you want, adjust your lot sizing for your risk, place your stop loss there, and then you go and sleep. You don't go and look at this stock. Maybe a few months later, they'll be doing very well. And that's how I'm managing all my trade. I don't every day in and out. You see my position always very small one. And sometimes at the when market retrace, everyone shouting market crash like don't know the financial crisis here and there. I check my account, right? It's like nothing happening. What's the fuss is about? So yeah, that's basically for all the trade setup that I have. I'm just going through all those that we have and all those that doesn't appear on our scanner or doesn't appear on the trade setup, because sometimes certain counter can appear on the scanner, but I don't have the trade setup on it, mainly because there are better options. But for some reason you want to go for these trade setup also, right? I will offer my opinion here where I will go through certain things like your Bumitama Agri RH Petrol Gas, First Resources, which doesn't really appear on our trade setup, but they are actually quite okay. Even APEC also quite okay So I will go through all this stuff. Okay, so we Singapore market next week, hopefully it will be even more alive. US market also kind of like alive already. Hopefully both of these market can maintain their momentum and continues to recover. We are reaching towards the end of the year. Hopefully got some kind of like Santa rally or whatever okay. So 10:30 we finish our the usual webinar already. So let's go on to the 1-year anniversary, the Squid Game stuff, which is what most of you are here for, I believe. So never give face out, Okay. But nonetheless, right? I just want to. This event is to appreciate everyone that who have been with Nimbus Capital Patreon for like very long time. But Tony, you want toilet break? You quickly go. I 2 minutes. Okay, 2 minute toilet break. Who want toilet break? Go right now. Luther, you very okay lah, can lah. I believe you. So okay, so it is mainly to thank those who have been here with us for a very long time lah. But in fact, unlike previous lucky draw, right? We also want to be fair. We do not want to exclude those who just recently discover Nimbus Capital and recently decide to subscribe. Also, we don't want to kind of exclude them also. So we make it so that everyone, as long as you are subscribed, right, you can join. But not only that, those course member, all the course member who have attended Nimbus Capital course or who are currently attending Nimbus Capital course, right, they are entitled to join this event also, mainly because those who attend the course, some of them don't really have the Patreon subscription. And also for most of them, right, when you guys come for the course, I will always tell you, please unsubscribe from Patreon, because I want you guys to be independent, stop following my tricks already. So that's the first thing I tell people who come to my course. I say, okay, enough, stop subscribing already. Okay, please, no more. So 1 year anniversary, it is to kind of like jump in on the Squid Game hype also lah. So don't worry, we are not going to be playing any game within the Squid Game, the series itself, but I did come up with a game myself. So later in this session, right, I will just explain the rule. I will just explain the rule and you need to register yourself also. So once I explain the rule already, right, you guys will register your name or whatever, but the real first session will take place on next week webinar, next week Saturday webinar. Okay. So I think 2 minutes up already. Is Tony back? Tony, are you back? Or is everyone else back? Okay, let's start. So for those who haven't watched the series, right? If you are into like horror, suspense, thriller, Korean, like Train to Busan, that kind, right? Do go and watch it. It's quite captivating. Very mainstream, but quite, I don't know, it will put you off the edge of your seat. Okay, so here's the game. You guys will be separated into different groups. So how many groups will be there? How many person each group? I don't know. Because I don't know how many of you are attending now, so I can't really preset all these numbers first. But I see that there are 88 people here, so I kind of like agak know how many group I want already, okay? So you guys will be segregated into groups. So here's the thing, the final number of teams and the number of members in each team is unknown, but they will be balanced. So don't worry. The number in each team will be balanced, okay? So later I will give you a Google form. You can choose your group there. So don't worry about which group you are in or what right now. Next, you will know which group you are in, but you will not know who your teammates are. So only you yourself will know you are in this group, okay? So other people, you don't know which group they are in. So this one, clear? You will be given a list of participants and all their name and their current status, whether they are dead or alive. So once again, right, you will only know who the other participants are. You do not know which team they are in. The only person that know which team you are in is yourself. Other people will not know. So this one very simple. So you can imagine that like you are wearing a mask and people just know you by your mask. They don't know underneath your mask is who. Something like that. Okay, so now the rule. So at the end of every Saturday webinar, so starting from next week, at the end of every Saturday webinar, we will hold a brawling session. So brawling session, you imagine like a riot, everyone attack each other. Okay, so each participant, you can choose one other participant that you want to attack, like virtual attack, not the real attack, please. So the rule here is, if a participant is attacked by 2 or more participants from a different group, you are eliminated. So let's say you are circle, you cannot attack by 2 people from the square, right? Then you are dead. Okay. Now the second rule, if a participant is attacked by, rename now. if a participant is attacked by 2 or more participants from the same team, you will not be eliminated. Okay, so there's no friendly fire. So let's say you are square and you cannot attack by, because you don't know who's the other person group is in, so you have to attack randomly. Okay, so let's say you cannot attack by 2 people from your own group, you are alive. So I will know who is in which team. So I'm the game master. So I will let you know whether you are dead or alive if you cannot attack. Okay, so this one, okay. So now next, let's say you are a circle and you cannot attack by 4 persons. Somehow everyone hates you, 4 people attack you. But within these 4 people, right, 2 are from your team, 2 are from a different team, you are still dead. Because as long as more than 2 people from different team attack you, right, you are dead already. Okay. And another possible scenario is, let's say you are a square, 1 person from another team attack you, 2 person from the same team attack you, you are still alive. Okay, because only 1 person from another team is attacking you. This one clear? This is the main rule. This is the main rule. Don't Don't confuse this one, okay? So if you are eliminated, you are out of the game. But not to worry, not to worry. You can still contribute from the grave. After you die already, you can still contribute to your team. So not to worry, okay? We will go through later. So if you are the last surviving member of your group, you will be auto-eliminated by the game master. So let's say your group has 6 people and you are the last one surviving in your group, right? Obviously, since you are alone, you cannot attack anyone already. If no matter who you attack, right, you cannot kill anyone else lah. So you will be auto-eliminated. So you cannot be the last surviving person in your own group. You must have a partner with you. And this one a bit meta, a bit meta. If you are not present for the webinar, right, then you will forfeit your action. You cannot attack people. Okay, so this one, if you want to go and hook people, please come for the webinar. And if you absent more than 2 times, right, then you are eliminated due to inactivity. I will imagine that you are sleeping and then some people just like gang out on you and hit you. Okay, so this is the main rule. So don't worry about how this will be conducted. I will be doing the conducting in an organized manner. So don't worry. Just think about who do you want to go and hook. So now continue the rules. At the end of the brawling session, right, the list of participants who were eliminated will be posted along with their attacker's identity. So the eliminated participant identity and group will be revealed. So let's say like player 11, 124, 41, 36, these 4 people go and attack player 23, right? And the player 23 die, right? The player 20, everyone will know that player 23 is dead and player 23 come from the circle team. Okay, so this is the final rule. The dead person identity and group will be revealed. So at the end of each brawling session, right, you will see a chart like this. You will see the team itself, and within the team, right, who died and who killed you. So if you die, right, you will know who killed you, but you will not know which team all these people are. So from there, you kind of have to work out. Then we have a total participant list, and those who died will be revealed, and it will be revealed who the which group you are in. Okay, so quite simple. So this is all the rule. So depending on who killed you and who died, right, you need to work out who is in what team based on what is based on whatever the result is. So week after week, right, this chart will be continuously updated until there's only one team that is left standing and all the other team is like all gone. Okay, so now the next thing, in our Discord, right? So in our Discord, there will be channel for the Squid Game. So this channel is specially there for you guys to discuss among yourself. Who do you think is in what group or whatever? I don't know what guys you want to discuss. Okay, so you all go there and discuss whatever you want. So remember that your group identity, right? Your which group you are in is very, very important, very, very secret. Please don't go and announce that, hey, I am in this group, who is in that group. Most likely you do that, you're gonna kill the next round already. So your group identity very secret. So don't go and announce. Next, eliminated member, right? Those who get eliminated, you can help your team by working out who is in what group. So you will be the brain behind your team. You can work out who is what, and then if you know who is in your group, right, you can like whisper them and let them know like, hey, this person in that group, and please go and attack that person next round, whatever. I don't know. So the Discord chat channel, there will be no rule on the Discord chat channel, meaning you can like discuss whatever shit you want, but please don't spoil the actual Squid Game series. Please don't say spoiler, because I think a lot of people haven't watched that. Okay, so keep it civil, no vulgarities, and any signs of unsportsmanlike behavior will get you eliminated. Okay, so just try to keep things casual. So the success of your team, right, it will depend on how well you can find friends and sabotage enemies without revealing who you really are, which group you are in. Okay, so that's the game. So this is the Discord channel. So for those who are not in the Discord channel yet, right, please go and join. So you can see that the Squid Game event is here. Anytime there is an update to the event, right, I will post here. You guys can chat among yourself here. But for those who are still not familiar with Discord, you can actually come here. All the scanner is listed in the scanner, so it's very organized, much more easier to see. Like all the resources are here, the freebie content is here, so it's very organized. If you are a premium, if you are a subscriber for Patreon, right, you have access to the premium area. If you are not the subscriber, you only have the public area. So the Squid Game event chat is in the public area lah, because like to create some awareness, you know, to see we have this thing going on. Okay, so I will post the Discord link in the Telegram after this, so please go and join. Okay. So how do you win? If against all right, you manage to find someone who is in the same team as you, then you can always like back out with that person and see who you want to kill next lah. So of course, if you do not want to go all these trouble, you just every week want to randomly shoot people, also can. But of course, the team that is trying to work out will have definitely better odds lah. Okay, so how do you win is the last surviving group will win. The last surviving group will win. Even eliminated members, even members who are eliminated, right? If you are in the winning group, you will still get the prize lah. So the whole thing will get the prize. But unfortunately, if you are eliminated due to inactivity, right, you will not get entitled to any prize, even if your teams win. So we don't want people to just AFK all the way and then just claim the prize. And also this one, I don't really want to mention this, but it does bear mentioning because this is only for Patreon subscriber and people who come to my course lah. So basically those who have supported Nimbus Capital lah. So if you somehow manage to got this webinar link, even though you are neither in the subscriber or not in the course, right? Towards the end of the program, and when I am giving out the prize, right, I will double check to see if you are a subscriber previously or not. And if I don't have any I would say, how to say, any history of you ever in my course or in the Patreon subscription, right, unfortunately, I cannot give you the prize lah, because it will be unfair to those who actually supported the group lah. Okay, so this one don't really want to mention, but still does bear mentioning. Okay, so now I will give you a Google link. I will copy and paste a Google form link here. I want you guys to go into the link and then go and pick which team you want. Okay, so wait, let me flash out the Google link here. How many people I have here? I have 8 people here. Wait, let me add a bit more stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.